CHCs have been strategically established all across the country, and more such centers are coming up at regular intervals. The functioning of these centers has helped check the migration of villagers to the cities for employment. India's rural areas do not have the same level of healthcare facilities as in urban areas. Ekal has earnestly moved into this field at multiple levels. During the corona crisis, Ekal did a remarkable job of creating whirlwind awareness campaign about the pandemic and the precautions needed to arrest its spread. In support of it, Ekal's tailoring centers stitched millions of masks, which were then freely distributed to the healthcare workers and the rural community at large. Believing in prevention is better than cure, Ekal undertook the life-sustaining mission of creating nutritional gardens for the benefit of rural families. Ekal's 2 eye clinic vans are also on the move from village to village to provide free spectacles or eyeglasses and medicines to the rural folks. Free health camps are being organized on a regular basis. Villagers are also benefiting from healthcare workers who teach them about nutritional Ayurvedic herbal medicines to prevent common diseases. Now there's heightened awareness of general hygiene and cleanliness in the villages served by Ekal volunteers. In Ekal Vidyalayas, children are being taught to plant trees to protect environment. This has encouraged villagers to do the same. The dedicated members of Ekal Shri Hari Katha are preserving the rich traditions of Indian culture with full devotion. Many villages today have become drug-free due to their efforts. Villagers and forest dwellers living in remote areas are getting reacquainted with the noble values and glorious history of their ancestors through Ekal Rath.
जैसे जो हमारी अभी युवा पीढ़ी नई पीढ़ी आ रही है, ये लोग हमारे संस्कारों को भूल गए थे। जैसे हमारी संस्कृति है एक प्रकार से कहें तो विलुप्त होती जा रही थी, तो इसको उजागर करने के लिए युवाओं को भी जोड़ते हैं और जो लोग नशा वगैरह करते हैं, नशा मुक्ति का भी हम उनसे संकल्प दिलवाते हैं। और बहुत अच्छा हमारा इसमें चल रहा है कि युवा पीढ़ी का रुझान थोड़ा सा इसकी तरफ हो रहा है। अब धीरे-धीरे करके युवा पीढ़ी हमारी संस्कृति की तरफ, हमारे संस्कारों की तरफ बढ़ रही है।
Ekal is now a global movement with the public support that Ekal Abhiyan has successfully garnered. Its main objective is to bring rural tribal areas of India into the mainstream. Holistic and integrated development of the tribal areas, including digital transformation, will prevent urban migration and create local work opportunities. An investment in Ekal's project is an investment in India's bright future. Kindly support Ekal generously now at www.ekal.org. In 1989, a silent revolution was initiated by some forward-looking social thinkers to transform the villages of India by empowering them educationally, economically, and life-sustaining healthcare. As a result, an innovative, holistic project in the form of Ekal Vidyalaya was started. Over the years, several new initiatives were started under the overall umbrella named Ekal Abhiyan. Today, in about 80,000 villages, 2.2 million boys and girls in the age group of 6 to 14 are taking informal and value-based education in Ekal Vidyalayas. The unique curriculum of Ekal Vidyalaya, which runs daily for up to 3 hours, tries to achieve all-round development of children by blending song, story, games, yoga exercises into their unique school syllabus that includes math and science. This pressure-free, innovative approach is reflected in the bright faces of Ekal Vidyalaya children. With the changing times, Ekal has also embarked on making the new generation of rural India digitally literate under the e-Shiksha project.
Namaskar and welcome in my Ekal Vidyalaya. My name is Bhagyasri. This is my tab. I am reading in Ekal Vidyalaya.
Like urban children, in some selected rural areas, Ekal students have started using tablets as a primary educational aid.
मुझे टैबलेट से पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है। मैंने उससे कई चीजें सीखी हैं। टैबलेट में कार्टून के साथ आवाज भी आती है और अच्छा भी लगता है। मैं टैबलेट से पढ़ना सीख चुका हूँ। मैं उसे चलाना भी सीख चुका हूँ।
जो हम किताबों से पढ़ाते हैं, किताबों के माध्यम से खाली बच्चे पढ़ते हैं। हम टैबलेट से जब बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं तो बच्चे चित्रों के माध्यम से, उसमें कहानी जो होती है उसमें आवाज़ आती है, तो आवाज़ के माध्यम से बच्चों को अच्छा समझ में आता है। कुछ भी हम खेल कराते हैं तो उसमें हाव भाव के साथ होता है, तो वो बच्चों को और अच्छे से समझ में आता है। टैबलेट के माध्यम से जो हम बच्चों को पढ़ा रहे हैं तो गांव स्तर तक, शहर के बच्चे तो हमारे अन्य माध्यमों से सीखते ही हैं, तो गांव के बच्चे भी हमारे डिजिटल शिक्षा की ओर पूरा प्रोत्साहन उसमें मिल रहा है।
Under Ekal's Gramothan Yojana, or village upliftment program, thousands of youths in the remote rural areas are being trained in digital technology by computer-equipped mobile vans called Ekal on Wheels. They take the digital knowledge to the doorsteps of countless young village folks. On the successful completion of training, an appropriate marketable certificate is given to the youth. Ekal's Gramothan Resource Centers, or GRC, have opened up new opportunities for employment for rural youths in their computer labs. For the economic upliftment of the villagers, GRCs from their inception are focused on promoting indigenous resources for their agro-based industries. As a result, even for small farmers, the readily available black organic manure is proving to be gold. For empowering the rural women, skill training centers for tailoring, beautician courses, handicraft items, and nutritional gardening have been developed. Till 2021, 16 such GRCs have been strategically established all across the country, and more such centers are coming up at regular intervals. The functioning of these centers has helped check the migration of villagers to the cities for employment. India's rural areas do not have the same level of healthcare facilities as in urban areas. Ekal has earnestly moved into this field at multiple levels. During the corona crisis, Ekal did a remarkable job of creating whirlwind awareness campaign about the pandemic and the precautions needed to arrest its spread. In support of it, Ekal's tailoring centers stitched millions of masks, which were then freely distributed to the healthcare workers and the rural community at large. Believing in prevention is better than cure, Ekal undertook the life-sustaining mission of creating nutritional gardens for the benefit of rural families. Ekal's 2 eye clinic vans are also on the move from village to village to provide free spectacles or eyeglasses and medicines to the rural folks. Free health camps are being organized on a regular basis. Villagers are also benefiting from healthcare workers who teach them about nutritional Ayurvedic herbal medicines to prevent common diseases. Now there's heightened awareness of general hygiene and cleanliness in the villages served by Ekal volunteers. In Ekal Vidyalayas, children are being taught to plant trees to protect environment. This has encouraged villagers to do the same. The dedicated members of Ekal Shri Hari Katha are preserving the rich traditions of Indian culture with full devotion. Many villages today have become drug-free due to their efforts. Villagers and forest dwellers living in remote areas are getting reacquainted with the noble values and glorious history of their ancestors through Ekal Rath.
जैसे जो हमारी अब युवा पीढ़ी, नई पीढ़ी आ रही है, ये लोग हमारे संस्कारों को भूल गए थे। जैसे हमारी संस्कृति है एक प्रकार से कहें तो विलुप्त होती जा रही थी, तो इसको उजागर करने के लिए युवाओं को भी जोड़ते हैं, और जो लोग नशा वगैरह करते हैं, नशा मुक्ति का भी हम उनसे संकल्प दिलवाते हैं। और बहुत अच्छा हमारा इसमें चल रहा है कि युवा पीढ़ी का रुझान थोड़ा सा इसकी तरफ हो रहा है। अब धीरे धीरे करके युवा पीढ़ी हमारी संस्कृति की तरफ, हमारे संस्कारों की तरफ बढ़ रही है।
Ekal is now a global movement with the public support that Ekal Abhiyan has successfully garnered. Its main objective is to bring rural tribal areas of India into the mainstream. Holistic and integrated development of the tribal areas, including digital transformation, will prevent urban migration and create local work opportunities. An investment in Ekal's project is an investment in India's bright future. financially support Ekal generously now at www.ekal.org. In 1989, a silent revolution was initiated by some forward-looking social thinkers to transform the villages of India by empowering them educationally, economically, and life-sustaining healthcare. As a result, an innovative, holistic project in the form of Ekal Vidyalaya was started. Over the years, several new initiatives were started under the overall umbrella named Ekal Abhiyan. Today, in about 80,000 villages, 2.2 million boys and girls in the age group of 6 to 14 are taking informal and value-based education in Ekal Vidyalayas. The unique curriculum of Ekal Vidyalaya, which runs daily for up to 3 hours, tries to achieve all-round development of children by blending song, story, games, yoga exercises into their unique school syllabus that includes math and science. This pressure-free, innovative approach is reflected in the bright faces of Ekal Vidyalaya children. With the changing times, Ekal has also embarked on making the new generation of rural India digitally literate under the e-Shiksha project.
Namaskar and welcome in my Ekal Vidyalaya. My name is Bhagyasri. This is my tab. I am reading in Ekal Vidyalaya.
Like urban children, in some selected rural areas, Ekal students have started using tablets as a primary educational aid.
मुझे टैबलेट से पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है। मैंने उससे कई चीजें सीखी हैं। टैबलेट में कार्टून के साथ आवाज भी आती है और अच्छा भी लगता है। मैं टैबलेट से पढ़ना सीख चुका हूँ। मैं उसे चलाना भी सीख चुका हूँ।
जो हम किताबों से पढ़ाते हैं, किताबों के माध्यम से खाली बच्चे पढ़ते हैं। हम टैबलेट से जब बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं तो बच्चे चित्रों के माध्यम से उसमें कहानी जो होती है उसमें आवाज़ आती है, तो आवाज़ के माध्यम से बच्चों को अच्छा समझ में आता है। कुछ भी हम खेल कराते हैं तो उसमें हाव भाव के साथ होता है, तो वो बच्चों को और अच्छे से समझ में आता है। टैबलेट के माध्यम से जो हम बच्चों को पढ़ा रहे हैं तो गांव स्तर तक, शहर के बच्चे तो हमारे अन्य माध्यमों से सीखते ही हैं, तो गाँव के बच्चे भी हमारे डिजिटल शिक्षा की ओर पूरा प्रोत्साहन उसमें मिल रहा है।
Under Ekal's Gramothan Yojana, a village upliftment program, thousands of youths in the remote rural areas are being trained in digital technology by computer-equipped mobile vans called Ekal on Wheels. They take the digital knowledge to the doorsteps of countless young village folks. On the successful completion of training, an appropriate marketable certificate is given to the youth. Ekal's Gramothan Resource Centers, or GRC, have opened up new opportunities for employment for rural youths in their computer labs. For the economic upliftment of the villagers, GRCs from their inception are focused on promoting indigenous resources for their agro-based industries. As a result, even for small farmers, the readily available black organic manure is proving to be gold. For empowering the rural women, skill training centers for tailoring, beautician courses, handicraft items, and nutritional gardening have been developed. Till 2021, 16 such GRCs have been strategically established all across the country, and more such centers are coming up at regular intervals. The functioning of these centers has helped check the migration of villagers to the cities for employment. India's rural areas do not have the same level of healthcare facilities as in urban areas. Ekal has earnestly moved into this field at multiple levels. During the corona crisis, Ekal did a remarkable job of creating whirlwind awareness campaign about the pandemic and the precautions needed to arrest its spread. In support of it, Ekal's tailoring centers stitched millions of masks, which were then freely distributed to the healthcare workers and the rural community at large. Believing in prevention is better than cure, Ekal undertook the life-sustaining mission of creating nutritional gardens for the benefit of rural families. Ekal's 2 eye clinic vans are also on the move from village to village to provide free spectacles or eyeglasses and medicines to the rural folks. Free health camps are being organized on a regular basis. Villagers are also benefiting from healthcare workers who teach them about nutritional Ayurvedic herbal medicines to prevent common diseases. Now there's heightened awareness of general hygiene and cleanliness in the villages served by Ekal volunteers. In Ekal Vidyalayas, children are being taught to plant trees to protect environment. This has encouraged villagers to do the same. The dedicated members of Ekal Shri Hari Katha are preserving the rich traditions of Indian culture with full devotion. Many villages today have become drug-free due to their efforts. Villagers and forest dwellers living in remote areas are getting reacquainted with the noble values and glorious history of their ancestors through Ekal Rath.
जैसे जो हमारी अब युवा पीढ़ी नई पीढ़ी आ रही है, ये लोग हमारे संस्कारों को भूल गए थे। जैसे हमारी संस्कृति है एक प्रकार से कहें तो विलुप्त होती जा रही थी, तो इसको उजागर करने के लिए युवाओं को भी जोड़ते हैं और जो लोग नशा वगैरह करते हैं, नशा मुक्ति का भी हम उनसे संकल्प दिलवाते हैं। और बहुत अच्छा हमारा इसमें चल रहा है कि युवा पीढ़ी का रुझान थोड़ा सा इसकी तरफ हो रहा है। अब धीरे-धीरे करके युवा पीढ़ी हमारी संस्कृति की तरफ, हमारे संस्कारों की तरफ बढ़ रही है।
Ekal is now a global movement with the public support that Ekal Abhiyan has successfully garnered. Its main objective is to bring rural tribal areas of India into the mainstream. Holistic and integrated development of the tribal areas, including digital transformation, will prevent urban migration and create local work opportunities. An investment in Ekal's project is an investment in India's bright future. Kindly support Ekal generously now at www.ekal.org.
आप लोग बैठ जाइए प्लीज टेक सीट्स यू हैव द सीट्स so we can start it now thank you how do I end up should I do this like a dramatic politician do I do Okay, I'm starting it. Where is it?
In 1989, a silent revolution was initiated by some forward-looking social thinkers to transform the villages of India by empowering them educationally, economically, and life-sustaining healthcare. As a result, an innovative, holistic project in the form of Ekal Vidyalaya was started. Over the years, several new initiatives were started under the overall umbrella named Ekal Abhiyan. Today, in about 80,000 villages, 2.2 million boys and girls in the age group of 6 to 14 are taking informal and value-based education in Ekal Vidyalayas. The unique curriculum of Ekal Vidyalaya, which runs daily for up to 3 hours, tries to achieve all-round development of children by blending song, story, games, yoga exercises into their unique school syllabus that includes math and science. This pressure-free, innovative approach is reflected in the bright faces of Ekal Vidyalaya children. With the changing times, Ekal has also embarked on making the new generation of rural India digitally literate under the e-Shiksha project.
Namaskar and welcome in my Ekal Vidyalaya. My name is Bhagisri. This is my tag. I am reading in Ekal Vidyalaya.
Like urban children, in some selected rural areas, Ekal students have started using tablets as a primary educational aid.
मुझे टैबलेट से पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है। मैंने उससे कई चीजें सीखी हैं। टैबलेट में कार्टून के साथ आवाज भी आती है और अच्छा भी लगता है। मैं टैबलेट से पढ़ना सीख चुका हूँ। मैं उसे चलाना भी सीख चुका हूँ।
जो हम किताबों से पढ़ाते हैं, किताबों के माध्यम से खाली बच्चे पढ़ते हैं। हम टैबलेट से जब बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं तो बच्चे चित्रों के माध्यम से, उसमें कहानी जो होती है, उसमें आवाज आती है, तो आवाज के माध्यम से बच्चों को अच्छा समझ में आता है। कुछ भी हम खेल कराते हैं तो उसमें हाव भाव के साथ होता है, तो वो बच्चों को और अच्छे से समझ में आता है। टैबलेट के माध्यम से जो हम बच्चों को पढ़ा रहे हैं तो गांव स्तर तक, शहर के बच्चे तो हमारे अन्य माध्यमों से सीखते ही हैं, तो गांव के बच्चे भी हमारे डिजिटल शिक्षा की ओर पूरा प्रोत्साहन उसमें मिल रहा है।
Under Ekal's Gramothan Yojana, or village upliftment program, thousands of youths in the remote rural areas digital technology by computer-equipped mobile vans called Ekal on Wheels. They take the digital knowledge to the doorsteps of countless young village folks. On the successful completion of training, an appropriate marketable certificate is given to the youth. Ekal's Gramothan Resource Centers, or GRC, have opened up new opportunities for employment for rural youths in their computer labs. For the economic upliftment of the villagers, GRCs from their inception are focused on promoting indigenous resources for their agro-based industry.
Hello, please take your seats so we can start the program. Good evening. My name is Geeta Kansal, and I would like to welcome you all in this evening. It's a Ekal DC, Washington DC musical fundraiser event, and it's been happening after 3 years, after a long waited time. And I'm sure you will be enjoying it. We all worked hard for this to make it a big success. So please enjoy it. That it's a non-profit organization, and it's been running for the past 3 decades. It's the main motive is to bring the education and the empowerment to the villages, remote rural areas in India. So please do donate generously. There are pledge cards outside. If you bring your pledge cards, please fill them out and someone will be picking them up from you. So we really appreciate your support. And one thing that the most important thing is, please switch off your phones. Please help us and switch off your phones. No Thank you so much for cooperating with us. Now, I would like to introduce you with our MC for this evening, Dr. Mandira Nandini Mehra. Dr. Mehra is a board certified in neurology and interventional pain management. She is an international speaker and a medical journalist, routinely being seen on several TV network channels. Aside for her professional accolades, she is a proud mother of 3 beautiful children. So let's give a big round of Mehra. What? Yeah. Sir, they're doing it.
Namaskar. मैं Mandira Nandini Mehra, आपकी host, आपकी दोस्त. And although some of you may recognize me as Dr. Mandira Nandini Mehra, some of you may recognize me as a mama, some of you may recognize me from television. At the end of the day, आपकी host, आपकी dost. So thank you and welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Now, as you know, Ekal Vidyalaya is a foundation very near and dear to my heart. Because with education, we shape and form communities. As the program goes on, you will see there are many ways to educate. We can educate the mind, and we can educate the heart. And only educating the mind is a waste without educating the heart. So, jo saaz, awaaz, aap dekhoge, that's educating the heart. Now, without further ado, we will be starting with Saraswati Vandana, and these are Chandu's kids, Shivani, Shrikar, and Sadvika. Saraswati Vandana. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Put it away, please. Is Shivani here? Shivani, you're supposed to be singing Saraswati Vandana. Is Shivani here? Shivani?
Shrikar, and Sadvika.
Sadhika? Are you here, not here? They're Mr. Chanduji's kids. Chanduji is from Ekal Vidyalaya, Virginia. Are you girls here? All right. I think, Dr. Srivastava, I think we need to go on to the next item, since the children are not here.
And if we could please put the screen up, if we could raise the screen, please. Okay, so we will see that soon, but let's move on. We are now going to see Raghupati Raghav, which will be performed by a 5-year-old, Ishani Jan Nandini Witek, who just began kindergarten, and her assistant or backup singer, Ruhani Jan Nandini Witek. And she is 3 years old, perhaps the youngest here to grace the stage. So let's all give them a big round of applause. As you know, we begin all things with blessings, so they will be blessing the stage with Raghupati Raghav, being that this is the 75th anniversary of India's independence, and Mahatma Gandhi ji made this song very notable, very memorable. They will be singing this song today. They have been taught by their Nani Jan, who many of you may recognize, Mrs. Neelama Mehra.
रघुपति राघवे राजा राम पति तपावन सीताराम रघुपति राघवे राजा राम पति तपावन सीताराम 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 पज प्यानी सीताराम 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 पज प्यानी दो सीताराम ईश्वर रघुपति राघवे राजा राम पति तपावन तारा ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरुना सबको संपत्ति भगवान ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरुना सबको संपत्ति भगवान रघुपति राघव राजा राम पति तपावन सीताराम जे रघुनंदन जे सियाराम जानकी बल्लभ सीताराम जे रघुनंदन जे सियाराम जानकी बल्लभ सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पति तपावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पति तपावन सीताराम नमस्ते God bless everybody. Oh, fine. I love you all. I love you.
Hold her and take her. Hold her and take her. Don't fall.
So it's no surprise that many of us are here to see the wonderful, the renowned Mrs. Vatsala Mehra. Now I have to tell you a tiny little secret, Raz ki baat. She was actually, and I will always consider her my guru, but much to her maybe disappointment, my riyaz has been replaced by lullabies. So I cannot take credit for that. That all goes to Nani Jan, Mrs. Neelama Mehra. So let's give them one big round of applause. Okay, we are going to reverse the hands of time. Let's go back now and get Saraswati Vandana that is going to be sang again. We introduce them. They are here now. Shivani, Shrikar, and Sadvika. Put your hands together.
Varavina mridupani vanaruhalochana rani suruchirabambara veni suranuta kalyani nirupama shubhaguna lola nirata jaya pradashila varada priya ranganayaki vanchita phala dayaki sarasi jasana janani jaya 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 mridupani.
The future of tomorrow. One more big round of applause. Thank you. Now, don't forget, you can make your pledges online as well as here in person. We are celebrating the youth of tomorrow. We are educating, we are empowering, and this is a cause near and dear to all of us. So continue to keep those pledges coming in. I'm going to make some announcements for some of those high pledges. So thank you so much. All right, and up next we have Anushka and Pranil for Ekal DC activities and contribution to India and the United States. Now, these two hail from pretty close by, Urbana High School, and this is the Frederick Youth Chapter. They have been very involved with Ekal, and they also ran workshops and other community services. I will let them speak to you, and then they will also give you a brief slide presentation. Let's welcome them to the stage, Anushka and Pranil.
Namaste, I'm Pranil Pandit, and I'm a freshman in Urbana High School who has worked with Dr. Amit Kumar, and I'm an Ekal youth volunteer in Frederick County.
Namaste everyone, my name is Anushka Tyagi and I'm a sophomore at Urbana High School. I have also worked with Dr. Amit Kumar as an Ekal youth volunteer in the Frederick chapter. We are here today to show you how us youth from the DC area have learned to become more active members of Ekal and better global citizens.
Can we have the next slide, please? Yeah, after this one.
Next slide, please.
That's how it works. All right. This first slide shows the Ekal DC chapter activities in 2022. Here in Maryland, Ekal volunteers have been leading fundraising events, educating kids in our communities, participating in food drives and health education, and have worked on environmental protection. We have also done services for the World Bank Community Connection, such as food, book, and goods drives, road and community cleaning, and planting trees in Anacostia and Frederick.
Similar to the theme of the projects that we've done in the United States, the fundamental goal of Ekal has primarily been to promote education in rural areas. To do this, Ekal has taken various measures, such as establishing schools in rural areas and promoting things and concepts such as village development, women empowerment, computer literacy, and basic health education. May I have the next slide? Thank you. The same way that many of us have immigrated to the United States in search of better opportunities, Many villagers from India migrate to cities and more urban areas in a similar way. What Ekal has been trying to do is to make the villagers capable of being more self-sufficient. They have done this by assisting in various development programs and have provided resources such as primary education, healthcare, agricultural assistance, and tailoring and computing camps. Excuse me. Can I have the next slide? Over the last few years, the rapid growth of technology has made basic computer literacy a fundamental skill to have. Ekal has provided students from rural areas with an educational platform to learn these skills. They've set up computing camps and promoted basic computer literacy. May I have... Ekal has set up similar camps specializing in stitching and tailoring. Unfortunately, due to societal issues, many women are still uneducated and are unable to be financially independent. To counter this, Ekal has started camps that teach women skills such as tailoring so that they can start up a living and be financially independent. Along with this, Ekal has also set up health camps to promote better health and hygiene education. These camps also provide basic health care such as eye checkups and physical checkups. Next slide. This photo is an example of a health camp in Jammu and Kashmir. So this is just a little bit of what they've been doing. May I have the next slide? So this is, as education is one of the fundamental goals of Ekal, they have built various schools across the country. Next slide.
Right. May I have the next slide? Right. Here in the U.S., Ekal communities have been hard at work fundraising and doing volunteer work in order to support Ekal services in India. Kids from many different communities have been doing outreach and community services such as the ones depicted here. In Montgomery County, food drives have been done, as shown in these pictures, where Ekal volunteers collect and give out food and fresh produce to those who need it. In Frederick County, Ekal volunteers are supporting the Frederick Rescue Mission, which helps those in needs. May I have next slide? We have also done services for the World Bank Community Collection. For example, you can see that we've done battery recycling in Frederick County. We've adopted a road in PG. We've done community cleaning in Frederick County, and we've also done planting in both Frederick County and Anacostia. May I have the next slide? Along with all of these, Ekal volunteers have been teaching STEM-related subjects such as math and science in their local communities in order to support education similar to Ekal projects in India. These activities that the youth volunteers have done in the U.S. have been very enriching experiences, and these following volunteers have been recognized for their time spent on Ekal projects. This is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the volunteers' accomplishments, and we would like to accomplish more, but to do that, we would like to encourage others to join us in participating in these volunteer projects, and we are very grateful for the opportunity to learn and help others. We would like to thank Dr. Amit Kumar for giving us opportunities to participate in these learning experiences, and we would also like to thank all of you for giving us your support and time.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. The passion is very evident, and the slide presentation hopefully motivates all of us. Don't forget, this is being live streamed all around the world. So we're so lucky that you all are joining us, but we also have an international crowd here, as well as incredible pledges coming in. Now, I have to take a moment to recognize a very close family friend of mine, Dr. Suresh Gupta. And some of you may know him. And some of you may know his charm and his wit and his intelligence, but you may not know his compassion, his empathy, and how much he cares about the community. So much that he's one of the higher net donors, upwards of 30,000 plus, that has been donated and pledged to this tonight. So let's give him a round of applause. Now, unfortunately, my good friend and philanthropist is not here to introduce the next video, so without further ado, if we can please cue and play the next video. Thank you.
Namaskar. I have been in Washington, D.C. for almost 54 years. I have lived here and see our community grow. Community has grown to a point that we have now started to think about giving back. And the best thing that anyone can give is education. Education to the children living in rural areas, Adivasis, tribal areas, who have no means of education. And if we support a school by donating $1 a day, that would help children get education and build or grow themselves into a good citizen. And it's our duty and goal to donate as much as possible for this worthy cause. And what better gift than the gift of education? I think we all can afford to give somewhat a minor percentage of our income. Gift of giving is the best message that we can give to you all. So open up your wallets and sign up for donation for schools, as many as you want. And I am pleased to see that tonight, beautiful Vatsala ji, who I have known for almost 40 years, is performing with her melodious singing of romantic songs and ghazals. She mesmerizes us all with her singing. So I'll miss this event, but at the same time, I'm with it, for it, 100%, and wish you the best.
Let's keep the pledges coming. That was wonderful and informative, and you got to meet my good family friend there if you don't know him personally. Now, up next, we have Dr. Malpuri Raoji. Ekal DC has a very broad vision, a vision of uniting people, educating people, and truly empowering people. So let's hear it from the man himself, Dr. Malpuri Rao. Let's not forget that he is also not just a philanthropist, but very accomplished, a professor at George Mason University right here in Virginia, right across the bridge. He is also CEO of Curie School of Learning in Virginia. He has been and has continued to contribute, has a high net worth pledge again this year, and has been a donor, a friend, and true family member to Ekal for over 2 decades. So let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Ekal DC has been very active for more than 2 decades. And as you know very well, more than 2 decades ago, $1 a day, $365 a year means really much. Milk was selling at $1.75 in those days, maybe $2. Today, milk is more than $4 in America. So those who donated $365 more than 2 decades ago, compared to that, $365 donating, that is not much for now. I request, look, it is the people who do the donation for the first time that make the real difference to increase the number of schools Ekal DC can sponsor in India. It is our solemn duty to support our motherland from where we came from. We are here due to good education we got. Most of people like me from rural areas, from the government schools, it is our duty to support our motherland and help the Adivasis for them to have a better living than what they have been having for centuries. I request every one of you to open your pockets and do your duty to help our motherland. Thank you. Now, look at the number of schools Ekal has been supporting over the years. And it is the slide is telling you all the numbers. It is fuzzy, so but number of schools has been increasing initially. But one thing is, it is not only the schools. Originally, Ekal was to support the tribal area schools, means basic reading, writing, basic computation, so that to empower them, so that they will not be deceived by the people, okay? Then, empowerment is not just basic education, health is also very, very important. And more than 50% of the people, especially the mothers who are going to give birth to the child, are suffering from anemia. Realizing this, Ekal Vidyalaya DC has been doing a lot of job by partnering with University of Maryland, Johns Hopkins University, and Purdue University to address this problem. And it's a lot of data. Through the partners, data has been collected, because data means it has a lot of value, as you know. Today, everything is data. And we are working with our partners and even try to get additional money through funding by approaching other funding agencies. That is another initiative that has been happening through Ekal DC. And now it is the time Ria is going to present about empowerment through teaching, tailoring centers, so on and so forth for the tribal people in tribal India. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Let's put your hands together. Informative and educational and empowering. Now let's switch gears a little bit. Let's hear from Ariana Ishrazi. She is a graduate from Design and Architecture Senior High, also known as DASH, an advanced magnet school, so beauty and brains. She is currently pursuing fashion design and science technology and concentration in order to find innovative ways to bring environmentally sustainable practices to the fashion industry. So who said fashion just has to be glitz and glamour? It can also be sustainable. Let's listen to Ariana Ishrazi. We can play the video.
An up-and-coming fashion entrepreneur looking to make a paradigm shift to the fashion industry, for it to become more sustainable and just. The fast fashion industry employs approximately 75 million workers worldwide, and less than 2% of those workers make a living wage. As brands run to meet consumer demand, they fail to meet fundamental rights of their employees. And 80% of those are women. Fashion factories remain one of the most significant sectors exploiting women and girls. And because they're severely and unjustly underpaid, they can't even afford to go look for labor elsewhere. So women in villages are forced to engage in this unprotected work in order to make money. Now, Ekal has a program that imparts tailored training to the women of local villages in India, giving them an opportunity to be self-reliant and help them support their community and family. It's a valuable skill to earn a dignified living. I'm here today to share my project to add value to the current Ekal tailoring program for women who have acquired those tailoring skills to be able to make a sustainable income. The concept of this project is to create simple-to-construct tote bags that are repurposed from saris. The project process would include sourcing the material, lab setup, training, the initial production trial, shipment, selling, and production. So this project is a win-win-win-win, as it will create a shift in the fashion industry, promote sustainability, eliminate waste, and most importantly, empower women. Thank you.
All right, Ariana Ishrazi, look at that, women empowerment. Like she said, win, 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 win all around. Imagine your sari doubling over as a bag and then being used again. So many different sustainable forms it can be used as. Sticking on the women empowerment train, let's watch a quick video about women empowerment. You will learn about tailoring centers in India. And if you know what those are, then this will be a review. If you don't, be ready to have your eyes open to a whole new world. Let's play the Women Empowerment Center tailoring video.
बीते कल तक सोचा भी नहीं था कि जिंदगी एक नई करवट लेगी, पर आज एकल की वजह से हमें एक रास्ता मिला है और हमारे जीवन में खुशहाली आई है।
Gramothan resource centers have been set up to empower women by enabling them to participate in the mainstream economy. The idea is to create women micro-entrepreneurs in rural and tribal villages and connect them to urban consumers. The whole program has been designed as a hub-and-spoke model so that it can be scaled with a broad base. Ekal has established a model to impart tailoring training to the village women folk. At the Gramothan centers, trained personnel teach the intricacies of tailoring in their local language and environment.
जी मैं जब इंटर लेवल की थी उसी टाइम में जीआरसी करंजो में सिलाई सीखी। मैं यहाँ आई तो कोई सिलाई नहीं सीखने वाली थी, लेकिन मैं स्टूडेंट लोगों को समझाई और अभी मेरे पास 15 स्टूडेंट हैं। मैं यहाँ ब्लाउज, पेटीकोट, सूट, बेबी फ्रॉक वो सब सिल के मुझे 1500-2000 तक का मिल जाता है और साथ ही करंजो की तरफ से मुझे 600 रुपया हर महीना मिलता है, जिससे मैं अपना पढ़ाई भी कर लेती हूँ और साथ ही घर का भी कुछ हेल्प कर लेती हूँ।
160 rural and tribal women are being trained at each center annually. Trained women have started making cloth bags to replace plastic bags.
एकल अभियान मधून आम्हाला खूप प्रगती आमची झाली। आम्हाला खूप पुढे जाण्याची संधी आम्हाला त्यांनी दिलेली आहे। याच्या पुढे सुद्धा ते करू शकतील आमच्यासाठी, एवढे आम्ही त्यांचे खूप आभारी आहोत।
This training of women at Gramothan resource centers have helped in empowering them, who in turn are making the necessary change in rural India.
Thank you. Don't be afraid. Give them a big round of applause. Now I have to take a small poll because there was a debate happening here backstage. Has anyone joined us in previous years? Please give a round of applause. Okay. Some of you may know my Dr. Mehra Jr., my baby brother, Ratnesh Mehra. Have you ever seen him MC this program? So the poll we were taking back here is who was the better MC? For Ratnesh Mehra, round of applause, please. Dr. Ratnesh Mehra. And for Dr. Mandana Nandini Mehra. Woo! All right, well, either way, it won't hurt my feelings. If you love him more, then it's a win-win. But keep those pledges coming in, and now to the stage, I'm going to switch gears again and invite a representative from the Indian Embassy. If I could please have on the stage Anshul Sharma ji and his wife, if she is here. Now remember that you may recognize this face. There's no event that takes place in our community in Washington, D.C. without the friendly face of Dr. Anshu Sharma ji and Minister of Community Affairs and his beautiful wife. So I will hand over the mic and also call Mehra to the stage, please. Mehra is an 8th grader here locally at Urbana Middle School, and he has been a part and parcel of Ekal Vidyalaya for a number of years now. He has been part of the workshops, the summer programs, and today he will present some flowers to our Anshul Sharma ji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come back.
Thanks. You want me to address? Yes. Just keep it here.
Namaskar, good evening. Dear members of Ekal Vidyalaya DC chapter, dear friends, it is a great occasion for me and my wife Monali to attend this event and meet our distinguished diaspora members. I extend heartiest greetings to all present, also for Vijay Dashmi, which we just celebrated this Wednesday. It's great to see how our diaspora members have been contributing to the development of their motherland, like the Ekal Vidyalaya Foundation here, and participating in the cultural celebrations with full enthusiasm. Friends, India has one of the largest diaspora populations of over 30 million residing in every corner of the world today. We have about 4.4 million diaspora members in the United States who have all distinguished themselves and have excelled in every field. At the same time, you all have remained connected to your roots. You have always championed India's cause here in DC and in the United States, contributing immensely towards advancing and deepening of India-US bilateral relations, while at the same time making significant contributions to India's development. We are proud of Ekal Vidyalaya Foundation's accomplishments and contribution in promoting education, literacy, and self-employment in India. I once again thank Ekal Vidyalaya DC chapter for organizing this cultural evening and inviting us. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. All right, now we're going to take a quick break here to just remember that nothing is possible without the Lord above. So let's have Miss Ishani Jan Nandini Witek come to the stage to please light our diya.
Jai.
Thank you. If you thought they were cute, give a little extra pledges. Woo! And now I would like to invite Subi Manyasuyam to the stage, please, and also Prana and Takshir. Now, Mr. Subi is the Executive Director from State of Maryland Department of Health, joining us. Lovingly known as Subi Ji, he is a prominent IT leader and influencer who is currently leading a multi-billion-dollar effort to modernize health and human services applications for the state of Maryland. He is currently the Executive Director of MD Think, called Maryland Total Human Services Integrated Networks. So let's please give him a big round of applause and see the power presentation. And if we could please next invite Rashika from Urbana High School and Nikki. They're in college with a recycling battery program, STEM program, teaching, and other community activities in the Frederick area. And the flowers will be presented to Ishman, also known as Casey. Now Casey, I had the pleasure of meeting him right before the show backstage, and he is the former Interfaith Community Liaison, Pastor Emeritus at Rockville United Church, and Executive Director Emeritus at Community Reach of Montgomery County. Let's please call Casey to the stage. Casey? Now the description and his accomplishments sound wonderful on paper. What you don't know about Casey is he has done multiple trips to India, actually to Hyderabad. He himself, boots on the ground, has been in the schools, has been there with the programs, with our sister programs. So when we want to recognize greatness, compassion, empathy, philanthropy, Casey represents all of that. So big round of applause. Thank you, Casey. Next up is someone very familiar to me, probably very familiar to you, Mrs. Neelama Mehra. She is not only the executive producer, founder of Global Television Networks, but also has been on air, part of our community for over 50 years. The only female Indian American on Fox 5 Plus networks right here in Washington, D.C. So aside from being an incredible Nani Jan and Mama, she's also incredibly philanthropic. Ekal Vidyalaya has been true to her heart. I have very big shoes to fill, as she has emceed this program for probably over 2 to 3 decades, but hopefully I will fill her shoes one day. In the meantime, we would like to do a flower presentation for Mrs. Neelama Mehra. Okay, we will take Adna and Ayush for the flower presentation. And everybody smile for a photo. One of the reasons I can tell you this is so near and dear to her heart is she genuinely believes in women empowerment, and recently herself received a Woman of the Year award here, right here in the Washington, D.C. area, in the Capitol building. And it was the first award to be received by an Indian Asian for this purpose. Dr. Shambhu Banik was instrumental in making this happen. So thank you, Neelama ji, for all your contribution. We love you. And I will hand the mic over for you to do the next invitation.
They say, Ruhani Jan, in the American culture, they say there are two sisters, Anya and Elsa. There's rivalry between them, but there's a lot of love between them. But then there are other two sisters in Madrigal, Mirabel and Isabel. There's rivalry between them, but there's deep down love. So guess what? These two Jan sisters are no different. एक दूसरे के ऊपर जान दे सकते हैं. दोनों मेरी जान, ईशानी जान, रूहानी जान. I love you both. Mandra, next guest, please.
Thank you so much. And now I will call to the stage. Round of applause. Thank you. Next is Harshmukh Shahji. If you could please join us here on stage. Now, he has not only dedicated his heart and soul to the Ekal Foundation, the Ekal mission, with incredible passion and intelligence and kindness, but he has been a part of the organization for over 15 years. And an Ekal Gramathon coordinator for over 5 years. Let's hear what he has to say, and we have a brief slide set as well. And Priya will present the flowers. Thank you. A photo, please.
We have the slides on the screen. Good. Well, thank you, Maryland. Thank you, Metro DC, for inviting me. Moving from Midwest to Maryland. I am basically started as a donor, moved on to be a volunteer. And now, as retirement age, I felt we all should feel we are the people who got education after the independence and made the life successful. My event happened, my son, who become a very rich, but first thing he thought about education. He inspired me. So when I retired, I decided to a full-time volunteer. When I look at it here, what Ekal does nothing but education. Basic education, digital education, health education, skill education, value education. These are the 5 branches which we promote. Ekal started in the tribal area, Naxalite area, 1989. By year 2000, that definitely improved. We have to make tribal villages. As we know here, in this country, you may not have visited. I have lived in 35 years in a small village as a physician. So you know that this country also has not integrated our people who are in reservations yet. India has the same situation. We need to integrate them. It's our responsibility to do that. When we decided to go in the villages, I visited the school. In 2016, we introduced tablet. 2017, Integrated Village Development Program came into existence. What you see the pictures here is all different activities where we have Ekal on wheels. So the computer bus goes to village school, teach 20 kids for a couple hours, go to next village, 3 villages are covered. Here, you have contributed very well. I am really thankful to everybody who has contributed significantly for Metro DC area. I met Dr. Sudhir, who has over the period of committed $60,000, and he says he's giving a pledges to contribute over 100,000 over the years. And we are all, if you ask me, we all have money to spare. If you don't do it now, who will do it? When we will do it? And that is my message to everybody. Again, I thank all the volunteers from the Ekal office, since I am an office bearer as a Ekal IVD coordinator in India. I spent 3 months in India, 9 months here. Like all of us, we have our children, grandchildren here, but we know our mother is back home. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And up next, I'm going to bring a true friend of the community. Not only is he dashing and debonair, but he's also brilliant. He's probably the most dashing allergy immunology physician that I know. Let's call him to the stage, Dr. Sudhir Siksaria. Now, some of you may know him because of his participation. He's been a board member and past president of GWAPI, as well as recipient of many awards, particularly the Lifetime Achievement Award in 2021 from GWAPI and American Diversity Group. He's also been the Chair Ekal Gala volunteer, and of course, pledged and donated time, love, and money to this family. So let's please call Mr. Dr. Sudhir Siksaria to the stage. You can do better than that, come on.
Thank you, Mandira. Mandira is so beautiful and special to all of us, like a daughter. So today I'm here. Can we, Amitji, can we project a slide, please? Okay. I'm a little emotional. Ramdev, Sood, and Kailash, Ramdev, Sood uncle and Kailash auntie ji, I was a part of their family. And he, for the last 30 years, is the most passionate Ekal supporter you'll ever find. Each year, he would collect 30 schools' money and go back to India and travel all the way to in Uttarakhand to the very remote part where Ganga starts. And he would do that every year for the last 30 years. Both him and Auntie Kerashi passed away exactly about 1 year ago. And the first thing I'd like to do is, I'd like the crowd to please observe a 1 minute silence in their memory for both of them. So if I can please have everybody stand up for this, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you all. Please take a seat. I have a very special person with me, Asha Mittal ji, Dr. Asha Mittal. She is Ramdev ji Sood's niece, but more than a daughter to him. She'd like to say something for just 1 minute, please. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am humbled and privileged to stand here to pay tribute to my uncle, who was almost a second father to me. And one big deed he did is introduce the younger generation of the family to Ekal Vidyalaya. I was here to carry his legacy to collect the funds for Ekal, and 90% of the funds came from the children born and raised in this country. That is the job my uncle did, and he introduced me and the younger generation to Ekal. Ekal is doing a great job, and I will try to provide my humble services to them as an honor to my uncle. Thank you.
Well, just one last thing. Didi, please stand here. So, in honor of Uncle and Auntie's memory, Ramdev Soodji and Kailash Soodji, the Sood family, which I'd like to all of them to stand up. They're all on one row. Can I please have the Sood family stand up to be recognized? They are pledging $15,000 to Ekal today. So, thank you all. Thanks to the Sood family a lot. Really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. We will stick with the pledges and make just a few quick announcements. You just heard about a 50K donation and pledge. Let's also not forget Dr. Sudhir Siksaria ji, who also pledged 5K, Jayendra and Shakku, who also did 5K, so generous. And also Josna ji, Joshna Shah ji, who pledged for many, many schools. So I don't have the exact number here. I think the calculations are being done, but that is just very incredible. And finally, there is an anonymous donor who wanted to remain anonymous, but did 11,000 in memory of late Vishnu Prasad and late Shanta Gauri Devi. So let's please give all these pledges a very big round of applause. Keep those pledges coming in. Don't forget, there's online ways. There's ways to make pledges right here. We've reached a record high of people viewing this show, people tuning in, and pledges. So please keep your love and support going. Now, without further ado, let me call just the last presentation here, and then we will fill your hearts and souls for the reason you're here. Let me please call Karina and Mrs. Neelama Mehra to the stage.
Thank you very much. Year after year, I think I don't do much, but Ekal Vidyalaya always recognizes me with either a flower, certificate, and more than that, all the love in the world. So I want to give Ekal Vidyalaya a big round of applause. Please join me. Thank you so much. Speak about a fight. So, Ekal Vidyalaya this year has a recognition plaque, but at the moment, they would like to recognize the MC of the evening, the outstanding Dr. Mandra Nandini Mehra. Flowers to be presented by Miss Karina Gupta. There's no light here, so we can't get good pictures. You look so pretty, Karina. Thank you.
And now for, of course, my Guruji, but you all know her as Mrs. Vatsala Mehra. And if I could please also have Isha join us on stage for the flower presentation. And this will be a flower presentation for Mrs. Vatsala Mehra ji, given by Isha. If you could please join us on stage. Big round of applause, everybody. Thank you so much. And we can take a little more light here on center stage. Don't be afraid. Make some noise. Put your hands together. Now, as Miss Vatsala Auntie G takes the stage and prepares, let me do just a brief introduction. Now, I have to tell you something very special about this introduction. She not only is melodic and beautiful and elegant, and you'll witness all of these things today on stage, but she has broken history and records. Forget women empowerment. She defines women empowerment. She has been the first and only Indian American from right here in the Washington, D.C. area to perform at the renowned Kennedy Center. And in that opening, Mrs. Neelma Mehra read this introduction, and so it is an incredible and immense humbling honor to read the same introduction for you all today. Namaskar and good evening. I am Dr. Mehra Nandini Mehra. I am simply honored and so pleased to be welcoming you to this scintillating evening of ghazals, Sufi, and Tumri. Geet by a world-class artist, Miss Vatsala Mehra, by God's grace. Vatsala ji has given numerous live stage performances throughout the globe, and needless to say, she has still given stellar performances right here at home. Vatsala ji is a scholar of great eminence, which leads her true dedication and devotion in Sufi kalam. Her superb voice resonates from her heart and her soul and touches you right in that special spot that no one can see. The media rightly states that her melodious and vibrant voice of Vatsala ji has touched the hearts and souls of millions over the past 3+ decades. This noteworthy artist is also known for her nightingale voice, which paints the essence of musical beauty right from the very first note of sa to the final note of sa. Tonight, her brilliance and dynamic knowledge in the genre of music will illustrate her magnificent and marvelous style of singing. To her credit, Miss Vatsala Mehra has numerous albums, awards, and accolades. She stands to be a winner in the global eyes with this grand celebration of sights and sounds of India. We are incredibly privileged and enthralling ourselves with these sights and sounds right here with the charm, saz, avaz, and those little notes that touch your heart. I assure you that this evening, Vatsala ji's framework of musical art will leave you completely spellbound. Enjoy this mesmerizing voice of the Washington Post says, the mesmerizing voice of a nightingale. Well, to her I say, welcome, Majesty. Please take the stage to the world-renowned artist, Mrs. Vatsala Mehra.
It's on mute? Okay, no, it's on. Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm so thankful that you've all taken time and come to celebrate Ekal and all the good work it's doing. And we will start with a bhajan. And I'm also celebrating my 40 years in the music industry. So, thank you. And thank you, Mandira, for such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful introduction. Thank you.
रंग सजना दे रंग गए सजना मेरी अखियां विच वसदा है आ आ पग घुंघरू बांध मेरा नाच रे पग घुंघरू बांध मेरा नाच रे नाच रे मेरा नाच रे नाच रे मेरा नाच रे मैं तो अपने
big applause to Aroti and Shalima, my darling students, for having accompanied me for this bhajan. This was Shashiji's request. So here you go. खुश आपकी फरमाइश का भी मुझसे पहले Now I'm singing a request again. No, we are singing Nadi Kinare first. मुझसे पहली सी मोहब्बत मेरे महबूब नमा. A lot of you requested, so here you are. Actually, I started my journey 40 years ago, right? And Mr. I.P. Singh on the keyboard was the very first person to be on the keyboards 40 years ago, and we're meeting again today. And I think when I was 7 or 8, I heard Begum Akhtar. So I started humming and singing the ghazal. So कोई guest आए थे घर में तो डैडी ने कहा गाना बंद कर दो. तो उन्होंने कहा कि I said okay. So they said Begum कि record मतलब cassette चल रहा था आपने बंद क्यों करवाया? He said वो मेरी बेटी गा रही थी. So I said गुंजाइश है तो गाना गाया जाए. So that's how we started with Begum Akhtar, and then of course Mehdi Hasan Saab, and then Noor Jahan. So I'll start by singing Noor Jahan today, then maybe later on.
सदियों से तारीख बही मानत हलिस्म रेशमो अतलसो हम ख्वाब में बुन आए हुए जागा जा बिकते हुए पूछो बाजार में जिस्म खाक में लिथड़े हुए खून में नहलाए हुए लौट जाती है उधर को भी नजर क्या कीजिए अभी दिलकश है तेरा हुस्न मगर क्या कीजिए अभी दिलकश है तेरा हुस्न मगर क्या कीजिए और भी दुख है जमाने में मोहब्बत के सिवा राहतें और भी है वस्ल की राहत के सिवा हाँ मुझसे पहली सी मोहब्बत मेरे महबूब ना मान मुझसे पहली सी मोहब्बत मेरे महबूब ना
Now I'll sing a Sufi kalam. जब से तूने means जब से तूने मुझे दीवाना बना रखा है. Ever since you have blessed me, I cannot think of anything but you. The whole world has lifted me up because of your blessings. जब से तूने मुझे दीवाना बना रखा है.
नदी किनारे धुआं उठे मैं जानूं कुछ होए
जिस कारण तू जोगन बनी जिस कारण मैं जोगन बनी कहीं वो ही ना जलता होए
करके ताल्लुकात पे रोया ना तू न मैं
लेकिन ये क्या कि चैन से सोया ना तू ना मैं जब से तूने मुझे दीवाना बना रखा है जब से तूने मुझे दीवाना बना रखा है संग हर शख्स ने हाथों में उठा रखा है जब से तूने मुझे दीवाना बना रखा है
आप गैरों की बात करते हो, हमने अपने भी आजमाए हैं। लोग कांटों से बच के चलते हैं, लोग कांटों से बच के चलते हैं, हमने फूलों से जख्म खाए हैं। पीजा अय्याम की तलखी को भी हंस के नासिर, पीजा अय्याम की तलखी को भी हंस के नासिर। गम को सहने में भी, गम को सहने में भी कुदरत ने मजा रखा है। जब से तूने मुझे दीवाना बना रखा है। मरने के बाद भी मेरी आंखें खुली रही, आदत पड़ी हुई थी इन्हें इंतजार की। पत्थरों आज मेरे सर पे बरसते क्यों हो, पत्थरों आज मेरे सर पे बरसते क्यों हो। पत्थरों दुनिया बनी बावरी, पत्थर पूजने जाए। घर की चक्की कोई ना पूजे, जिसका पीसा खाए। पत्थरों आज मेरे सर पे बरसते क्यों हो, पत्थरों आज मेरे सर पे बरसते क्यों हो। मैंने तुमको भी, मैंने तुमको भी अभी अपना खुदा रखा है। जब से तूने मुझे दीवाना बना रखा है। पत्थर को जब हम काव करते हैं तो वो खुदा बना देते हैं, बुद्धा बना देते हैं, किसी भी किस्म का भगवान बना देते हैं। Then he says, वही पत्थर आप मुझे मारते हो, मैंने तो I have carved you and put you on a pedestal. How come one minute you're on a pedestal and the other minute आप मेरे को पत्थर मार रहे हो? तो it's a beautiful philosophical. मेरे हाथों से तराशे हुए पत्थर के सनम, मेरे हाथों से तराशे हुए पत्थर के सनम। आज बुत खाने में, आज बुत खाने में वो बन के खुदा बैठे हैं। जब से तूने मुझे दीवाना बना रखा है, जब से तूने मुझे दीवाना बना रखा है, जब से तूने मुझे दीवाना बना रखा है। अब गजल सूफी सुनना है कि कुछ फिल्मी सुनना है? Okay. Let's do Babuji. I know, it's not working. Can you bring it closer to me? Maybe this way is better, all right? Okay. Thank you. Okay, Bollywood for you. बाबूजी धीरे चलना, प्यार में जरा संभलना। हाँ, बड़े धोखे हैं इस राह में, बाबूजी धीरे चलना, प्यार में जरा संभलना। जैसे जाते हो सब कुछ लुटाए, क्यों हो खोए हुए सर झुकाए, जैसे जाते हो सब कुछ लुटाए। ये तो बाबूजी पहला कदम है, नजर आते हैं अपने पराए। हाँ, बड़े धोखे हैं इस राह में, बाबूजी धीरे चलना, प्यार में जरा संभलना। हाँ, बड़े धोखे हैं इस राह में, बाबूजी धीरे चलना। ये मोहब्बत है ओ भोले भले, करना दिल को गमों के हवाले। ये मोहब्बत है ओ भोले भले, करना दिल को गमों के हवाले। हाँ, उल्फत का नाजुक बात है, आके होठों पे टूटेंगे प्याले। हाँ, बड़े धोखे हैं इस राह में, बाबूजी धीरे चलना, प्यार में जरा संभलना। हाँ, बड़े धोखे हैं इस राह में, बाबूजी धीरे चलना।
तो फिर एक और बॉलीवुड सुनाई दूं, देन विल गो बैक टू गजल्स। आपके हसीन रुख पे आज मोहम्मद रफ़ी सुनेंगे आप? आई एम सिंगिंग एक्चुअली मोहम्मद रफ़ी's सॉन्ग फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम ऑन स्टेज, आपके लिए।
आपके हसीन रुख पे आज नया नूर है,
Bobby Rosario on guitar. Thank you. Hanji? What is he saying? नहीं वो इतना नहीं बरसेंगे आज फूल आज काफ़ी देर हो गई है बहुत लेट हो गया फूल नहीं बरसेंगे इतने Let's sing आज जाने की जिद ना करें. Yes? You want to hear it? Okay. सब कुछ खुदा से मांग लिया सब कुछ खुदा से मांग लिया तुझको मांगने के बाद उठते जाने किसे देना करूं आज
जाने की जिद ना करो, यूं ही पहलू में बैठे रहो, यूं ही पहलू में बैठे रहो, हाय मर जाएंगे, हाय मर जाएंगे, हम तो लुट जाएंगे, ऐसी बातें किया ना करो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो। Shreya's rubbing on her own. तुम ही सोचो जरा, 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 तुम ही सोचो जरा, क्यों ना रोके तुम्हें जान जाती है, जब उठ के जाते हो तुम, जान जाती है, जब उठ के जाते हो तुम, तुमको अपनी कसम जाने जा, बात इतनी मेरी मान लो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो, यूं ही पहलू में बैठे रहो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो। कहते हैं सबसे बड़ा बादशाह क्या है, बताइए सबसे बड़ा बादशाह कौन है? वक्त। ये आई लव दिस नेक्स्ट अंतरा। वक्त की कैद में जिंदगी है, मगर चंद घड़ियां यही है जो आजाद है, उनको खोकर मेरी जाने जा, उम्र भर ना तरसते रहो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो, यूं ही पहलू में बैठे रहो, हाय मर जाएंगे, हाय मर जाएंगे, हम तो लुट जाएंगे, ऐसी बातें किया ना करो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो।
धोखे से मेरे दिल को. This is from my one of my albums, and the beauty of this album is ये मेरे पास शायरी लिख के आई तो अनूप जी बैठे थे घर में, तो मैंने कहा ये बड़ी चंचल सी गज़ल है, कुछ करें. So he says, yeah. I said, I'll talk a little bit in English because I think everybody cannot understand Hindi. So I asked Anup ji, I said, let's do something with it. You won't believe, actually, in 10 minutes, this ghazal was composed. I would like you all to go back. When you fell in love the very first time, because these lyrics are something like that. धोखे से मेरे दिल को बेईमान ले गया, वो मुस्कुरा के जान मेरी जान ले गया. धोखे से मेरे दिल को बेईमान ले गया, धोखे से मेरे दिल को दिल को बेईमान ले गया. क्या बात है. दिल को बेईमान ले गया. मेरे दिल को बेईमान ले गया, बेईमान ले गया, बेईमान ले गया. आजा तेनू की उड़ीक दी. अखियां उड़ीक दियां फरमाइश आई थी कि पंजाबी जरूर गाना तेरे बाजों वे दिल दिया मेहरमा वे तेरे बाजों वे दिल दिया मेहरमा वे साडा जूना केड़े चजदा है साडा जूना केड़े चजदा है मेरे लूलू विच मेरी नस नस विच मेरे लूलू विच मेरे नस नस विच तेरी यादा तुम्बा वजदा है आजा अखियां उड़ीक दियां दिल वजा मारदा अखियां उड़ीक दियां दिल वजा मारदा आजा परदेसिया वास्ता नी प्यार दा आजा तेनू अखियां उड़ीक दियां सजना तेनू अखियां उड़ीक दियां ni re 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 ni sa 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 ni sa 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 ni sa 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 ni sa 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 re ni sa sa re re mama sa re ni sa re re papa sa re ni sa re re ni ni sa re ni sa re re sa ni ni papa ma papa mama re re mama pa re mama pa re mama pa आजा तेनू अखियां उड़ीक दियां सजना तेनू अखियां ਜਦੋਂ ਦਾ ਤੂੰ ਰੁੱਸ ਗਇਓ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਢੋਲਣਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਦਾ ਤੂੰ ਰੁੱਸ ਗਇਓ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਢੋਲਣਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਦਾ ਤੂੰ ਰੁੱਸ ਗਇਓ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਢੋਲਣਾ ਹਾਂ ਭੁੱਲ ਗਿਆ ਕਾਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਨੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਆ ਜਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਉਡੀਕਦੀਆਂ ਸਜਣਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਉਡੀਕਦੀਆਂ ਛੇਤੀ ਆ ਜਾ ਢੋਲਣਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਉਡੀਕਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੇ ਸਾ ਨੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੇ ਮਮਾ ਰੇ ਸਾ ਨੀ ਨੀ ਸਾ ਸਾ ਪਾਪਾ ਨੀ ਨੀ ਮਮਾ ਪਾਪਾ ਲਾ 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 ਆ ਜਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਉਡੀਕਦੀਆਂ ਸਜਣਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਉਡੀਕਦੀਆਂ ਛੇਤੀ ਆ ਜਾ ਢੋਲਣਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਉਡੀਕਦੀਆਂ ਛੇਤੀ ਆ ਜਾ ਢੋਲਣਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਉਡੀਕਦੀਆਂ ਠੁਮਰੀ actually this is I think it's historical what I'm going to sing next. My Guruji was Momin Khan Sahab. His great-great-grandfather was Sadiq Ali Khan Sahab, and he was actually the Raj Gaik for Wajid Ali Shah Emperor and also for other Maharajas. So I didn't know that a Maharaja can also get lonely. So he asked him, this is actually in Delhi on the Ganges River. He said, create something different, because in those days, one only used to sing classical. There was nothing called semi-classical, ghazals, or Bollywood. So actually, the first Thumri that was ever, what should I say, created in this world was from Sadiq Ali Khan Sahab, who is my Guru's great-great-grandfather. So what you're going to listen today is actually historical. And here you go. But we're going to do the Thumri in a fusion style. What would you like to listen to? Ghazal, Bollywood? Okay. आइए मेहरबान, आइए मेहरबान। आइए मेहरबान। आईपी जी केड़ा स्केल है? बी फ्लैट आई थिंक। बी फ्लैट है। शुरू करो यार। Okay, let's do one more Bollywood and then we'll do Chap Tilak and Damada Mast Kalandar. Let's do Mera Naam Chin Chin Chin. You want to listen to Mera Naam Chin Chin Chin? I can't hear. इसके बाद
चू बाबा चुन चुन चू रात चांदनी में और तू हेलो मिस्टर हाउ डू यू डू बाबा 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 ये तो मैं गाना बंद कर दूंगी ओ बाबूजी मैं आना कितना अच्छा हुआ मिला तुमको देख तबीयत बढ़ गई अल्लाह दीन की मैं वो लड़की ओ बाबूजी मैं आना कितना अच्छा हुआ मिला तुझको देख तबीयत बढ़ गई अल्लाह दीन की मैं वो लड़की भूख दू मंतर छु 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 जिंदाबाद से सेलर तू भूख दू मंतर छु 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 जिंदाबाद से सेलर तू मेरा नाम चिन चिन छु चिन चिन छु अब चिन चिन छु रात चांदनी में और तू हेलो मिस्टर हाउ डू यू डू बाबा 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 बाबूजी मैं चीन से आई चीनी जैसा दिल आई सिंगापुर का जोबन मेरा श्रृंगाई की अंगड़ाई बाबूजी मैं चीन से आई चीनी जैसा दिल आई सिंगापुर का जोबन मेरा श्रृंगाई की अंगड़ाई दिल पे रख ले हाथ जरा हो जाए ना पागल तू दिल पे रख ले हाथ जरा हो जाए ना पागल तू मेरा नाम चिन चिन चू चिन चिन चू बाबा चिन चिन चू रात चांदनी में और तू हेलो मिस्टर हाउ डू यू डू बाबा 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 Okay. Now Sufi, Chap Tilak. हो मोसे नैना हमोसे नैना मोसे नैना मोसे नैना हमोसे नैना हमोसे नैना मोसे नैना हमोसे 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 सा जीत गई तो पिया मोरे और हारी तो पी के संग है मुँह से नैना 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 मुँह से नैना नैना मुँह से नैना 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 मुँह से नैना मुँह से नैना 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 मुँह से नैना 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 मुँह से नैना 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 मुँह से नैना छाप तिलक सब छीनी रे मुँह से नैना मुँह से नैना मुँह से नैना मिलाएंगे छाप तिलक सब छीनी रे मुँह से नैना मिलाएंगे नैना मिलाएंगे नैना में आएंगे नैना मिलाएंगे नैना में आएंगे छाप तिलक सब छीनी नैना मुँह से नैना मुँह से नैना मिलाएंगे छाप तिलक सब छीनी रे मुँह से नैना मिलाएंगे मुँह से नैना मिलाएंगे हमारे साईं की ऊंची क्यारी मुँह से उतरो चढ़ो न जाए कोई कह दो ना जाके मोरे साईं से मोरी बैया पकड़ ले जाए खुसरो निजाम की भली भली जइयो खुसरो निजाम की खुसरो निजाम की भली भली जइयो अपनी सी रंग ढीली रे मुँह से नैना मुँह से नैना मुँह से नैना मिलाएंगे छाप तिलक सब छीनी रे मुँह से नैना मिलाएंगे मुँह से नैना 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 मुँह से नैना 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 मुँह से नैना 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 मुँह से नैना छाप तिलक सब छीनी रे मुँह से नैना मिलाएंगे छाप तिलक सब छीनी रे मुँह से नैना मिलाएंगे छाप तिलक सब छीनी रे मुँह से नैना मिलाएंगे This will be our last number, Mada Mast Kalandar. आप लोग काफी देर से आके बैठे हुए हो, my God. You've been here since 5, so you must be tired. दम मस्त मस्त दम मस्त 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 दम मस्त 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 दम मस्त 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 दमादम मस्त कलंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर अली दा पहला नंबर दमादम मस्त कलंदर सिंधड़ी दा सेवण दा शहबाज कलंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर अली दा पहला नंबर दमादम मस्त कलंदर सखी शहबाज कलंदर I want everybody clapping. तुम दीन मेरा हो तुम ईमान मेरा हो तुम दीन मेरा हो तुम ईमान मेरा हो जो तपते हैं दिल में मेरे तुम उसकी दवा हो आँखों में तुम्ही दिल में तुम्ही जलवा नुमा हो दमादम मस्त कलंदर सखी शहबाज कलंदर अली दम दम दे अंदर हुस्न दी लाज कलंदर हो लाल मेरी हो लाल मेरी लाल शबाब कलंदर दीन बाबा के बराबर ताज़ा हयात कलंदर रबिया बसरी कलंदर तू अली शाह है कलंदर रहे करनाल के अंदर अली तब 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 दे अंदर हुस्न दी लाज कलंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर अली शहबाज कलंदर अली तब तब दे अंदर हुस्न दी लाज कलंदर हो लाल मेरी पत बखियों बला झूले लालड़ सिंधड़ी दा सेवण दा सखी शहबाज कलंदर मैं दुखियारी मरदी जावा मैं दुखियारी मरदी जावा मैं दुखियारी मरदी जावा नजर करो आका दर्दी जावा कोई नहीं मेरा तेरे सिवा झूले लालड़ सिंधड़ी दा सेवण दा सखी शहबाज कलंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर सखी शहबाज कलंदर अली दम दम दे अंदर हुस्न दी लाज कलंदर हो लाल मेरी हो लाल मेरी We have Sid on off the bat, our youngest member, baby. चार चराग तेरे बरण हमेशा चार चराग तेरे बरण हमेशा पंजवा में बारण आई भला झूले लालड़ सिंधड़ी दा सेवण दा सखी शहबाज दमादम 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 मस्त कलंदर सखी शहबाज कलंदर अली दम दम दे उच्चा रोसा पीरा तेरा उच्चा रोसा पीरा तेरा हेठ गगे तड़ी क्या वे भला झूले लालड़ सिंदड़ी ना सेवण दास की शहबाज कलंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर सखी शहबाज कलंदर अली तम तम तेरे अंदर हुस्न दी लाज कलंदर मेरा तो दिल कर रहा है डांस करने के लिए पता नहीं आप लोग कैसे बैठे हो जननी जनन पिरा नौबत बाजे Yeah, Harun on tabla. You've all, I'm sure, seen him before. He's Tariji's shagird. Yeah, right. Damadam mast kalandar, damadam mast kalandar, damadam, damadam, damadam mast kalandar, damadam, damadam, damadam mast kalandar, damadam, damadam, damadam mast kalandar, sakhi shehbaz kalandar, damadam, 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 damadam mast kalandar, damadam, damadam, damadam dam 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 damadam mast This was a very special show because I call Washington my Mecca now. I've been here for 40 years and I've grown into what I am with all you people, with all your love around me. So Washington is very special. I love you all. हो गया अब इसके बाद तो कुछ गा ही नहीं ना सकती दमादम के बाद तो नहीं हो सकता थैंक यू
40 years, but I thought my Guruji was only 21, right? Well, let's give one big round of applause with our hearts filled, our souls complete, for the one and only Miss Vatsala Mehra.
I want to thank all my accompaniment musicians, Bobby, IP Singh, Shreyas, Harun, and my little baby, Sid. Thank you so much, Mandira.
And on behalf of Ekal DC, with full hearts, just a small token of appreciation for you. Thank you. And of course, we've received a record number of pledges. If you have made any more pledges, please provide that to the gentleman in the back. Okay. And also, my Guruji does have CDs as well, and she is more than happy to meet you, greet you, take photos, share a little bit more about her personal touch with you. So don't leave just yet. Right before that, little bit of housekeeping, we have another donation of 5 schools from Jitendra Saxena, Dipti Saxena, so thank you for that. Thank you. And another donation of 5 schools from Capital Area Telugu Society. Don't forget, this was live streamed all around the world. Big thank you to TV Asia for covering this. They have been partners and supported us for years. And also Ms. Neelma Mehra from Global Television Network. So big round of applause for attending and supporting. And with that, what should I say? And now the time is here. La 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 la, la 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 la. Little Frank Sinatra. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. I did it my way. Thank you so much for coming. Big round of applause. Please stay to meet the famous guru. Thank you so much. And the CDs outside as well.
They are complimentaries if you want them. From Ekal.
Thank you so much.
How long have you been here? Yeah. Okay, so were you there for Marilyn Minza? It was a Bollywood fusion.
I heard it was quite the event there.
Yes, it was quite the event. My friend, I wasn't there personally at it, but my friends were running it, and so it is a very large scale.
It's a fun challenge, right?
Yeah. I used to run it, but then last year we decided we were just going to take a year off. They were like, nah, we're not taking a year off. Yeah. The previous years we've hosted at my grandma's